Okay, carries on. In terms of order of drinkage, what are you thinking?
Well, I think we should start from the top and finish at the bottom, I think.
Good afternoon, Dan.
Good evening, Mr. Spencer Douglas. How are you doing, sir?
Here we are for a session of sophisticated binge drinking on a Sunday afternoon.
So tell me what we got here. We have Hayman's Old Tom Gin. This stuff, fantastic. Hendrix.
I love the bottle.
If you know me, then you'll realise just how much I love this stuff. This is a bit special. There's only 4 bars in Hong Kong that have this. It's called Number 3 from Barry Bross and Rudd, but we'll come to that in a minute. So, Spencer, where do you want to start?
I'm thinking Old Tom. This is a classic gin, a little bit sweeter than the others, easy on the palate.
Nice.
Balance and nuance, some nonsense like that, right? I read the website. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you previously told me that for Old Tom, we can be a bit generous with our pours because it's rather a sweet drink.
It's a very sweet drink. This is actually more close to the Dutch Genver, which is the original source of gin.
Thank you.
That's quite sedate. We'll get on to the martinis at the end with Number 3. It's the only way to drink that stuff. Cheers.
Fantastic. Cheers, buddy.
Sunday drinking. What do we got here? Well, it's immediately really, really sweet. There's a ton of juniper in there.
Yeah, loads of juniper.
Again, if you go to Wikipedia, you can find out what this tastes like, because I can't be bothered describing it right now. It's exceptionally sweet. I think with tonic, that would actually be overkill.
This is a sort of a classic old style of gin, right? Where people tended to make gins a little sweeter. They were heavy on the juniper.
It's probably the closest you're going to get to the original incarnation of gin when it first arrived in the UK many, many years ago.
Nowadays, gins tend to be drier.
That's it. You've just summed up the difference.
I was going to say and drier again.
Professionally speaking, we should spit these out and get some fresh glasses. Let's get some more glasses.
Okay.
You sit tight for 2 minutes. We'll get on.
No problem. Hello, chaps. I'm all by myself now. So, as you may know, Dan F here is a serious recovering alcoholic. He was recovering. He's decided to unrecover. That's why we started these videos.
Right, there we go. Actually, I may... This deserves a martini. I'll get the staff to whip one up in a minute.
Nice. I like that statement. This deserves a martini. I deserve a martini.
I deserve a martini. So we'll crack on with the second one, which is Hendrix, which is a reasonably modern spirit, made up in Scotland, no less. They know how to make a drink up there. Actually, do you want to get some cucumber in there? That's quite important.
Yes, of course.
They actually make this stuff with cucumber, which gives it a very crisp, fresh taste. Unlike this, which is quite oily and earthy.
Cucumber and rosewater, if I'm not mistaken. I always think this is the gin for people who don't typically drink gin. It's a very subtle flavor, you know?
Yeah, the juniper is quite mild.
Yeah,
it's almost bordering on a sort of a heavily flavored vodka. I mean, you could call it that.
I find it's almost thirst quenching. It's lovely.
But then again, that's because we're alcoholics. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, there's discrimination around the world against alcoholics. What do they call it, society? AA against alcoholics? I think it's terrible.
Against alcoholics? I thought it was Alcoholics Anonymous. But,
see, well, that's kind of discrimination in itself. I mean, what's with this, like, insistence on alcoholics being anonymous?
No.
I'd like to be anonymous.
We should have an
I would like people to know my name.
Absolutely.
Spencer Douglas, the alcoholic.
We could have like an alcoholics pride rally.
Yeah. It's actually great.
You're actually wearing a very pink shirt. I mean,
that's right.
That could be
There are other kinds of pride rallies which people wear pink shirts.
That's right. Yeah, I'm proud to be an alcoholic.
I was trying to look French today.
Unfortunately, you're not obnoxious enough to be French.
I've been trying to work on it. Let me give you a quick shot. Dan, you did shit today.
Okay, that's it. I'm totally French. Me English, I just ignored you. I can't really go back to the Old Tom after drinking Hendrix. That's super strict. I'll tell you what we'll do. We can have a quick pause in the video and then make a martini.
Fantastic.
With Number 3. We'll talk about that in a minute.
When Daniel was younger, he also tortured rabbits. The cute little thing. The ears were sometimes floppy. Tortured them with pain. Don't know why. Just did. Oh, here he comes.
Hey, sir.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
I don't like martinis anything more than a suggestion of vermouth. And yeah, I tell the bar staff to shake gin over ice and think about martini. You know what? I'm not actually going to talk about this. You just have to come down here and order one of these because it's fantastic.
Oh, that is amazing.
It's an incredibly punchy martini. There's a ton of juniper in this stuff. We are one of the only bars in Hong Kong to be selling this stuff, and in fact, if you're in London, there's only about a dozen outlets that sell this as well. They're not heavily marketing this. The people behind it, Barry Bross and Rudd, they've been going for about 300 years, selling alcohol to the royal family, boozers that they are.
Yeah, they're old now, but they're still good guys.
I don't think they've been serving alcohol to the same people for 300 years.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's old, but she's not that old.
True.
God bless her.
True. The Queen.
To the Queen.
To the Queen.
Absolutely. To the Queen. And all who sail in there.
That is superb.
The key is actually the key to the parlour at the back of their office at number 3, blah 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 blah, whatever the street number is. Oh, it tells you here, number 3 St James's Street. It's a family-run company, and they've been in the same offices for 300 years.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, but if you think about this, this is an interesting threesome here, which I hadn't thought of. Family-run business. Haymans, the last major family-run gin business in London, only specializing in gin, and Hendrix, run by the largest family-run whiskey distilling business in Scotland.
Okay.
So all family-run businesses.
Fantastic.
Quite surprising.
Well, there you go. It's quality. That's when you get to mass marketing and commercial processes involved. It starts to taste like absolute shit.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Small batch, careful control. You know,
attention to detail is generally loving their product.
And yeah, exactly. It's not just attention to detail because they want to sell it. It's attention to detail because they actually love it. And probably drink it every day, like us.
Well, this was blended only last year, in fact. It only came to market in 2010.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a good stuff.
Nice.
You can't buy it in shops anyway. You can't even get it in hotels. That's how exclusive it is. So there we go. I think that's a nice little quick roundup of gin. We've gone through 3 very distinct steps.
Yes.
Old school style, sweet, oily. Modern, contemporary, very flavorful, quite crisp. And then more of a traditional, super dry, juniper heavy London gin. Which one's your favorite?
I mean, for me personally, I would say I would base my choice on how I felt on any given day. Old Tom is it's a great gin if you just feel like if you're a gin lover and you feel like a casual gin drink, perhaps in the early evening, you're starting off your night, you don't want anything too sophisticated in terms of being light and elegant.
No, just sweet and get to the
sweet
point.
And delicious, yeah.
This is actually quite refreshing without tonic. You can drink this just with lemon.
Yeah.
Wait for the ice to melt, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hendrix is absolutely a very sophisticated, elegant gin.
You like the way that I'm demonstrating them as you're talking about them?
Yes, absolutely. But the great thing about Hendrix is it's not sophisticated in the sense of some super fancy wine or something like that. You don't have to be a genius to enjoy it. It's a drink for everybody. It's balanced, it's light, it's lovely. It's a great summer drink.
Oh, this stuff with tonic is fantastic.
And the number 3, I mean, that's just an experience. This is something where you want to drink a real drink, where you want to sit down and get something out of it and really take something.
I'm thinking 6 o'clock Friday after work.
Yeah.
Long crappy week in the office.
Yeah. You know?
It's a very working life. Yes.
Yeah. Well, a glass of this and you're not thinking about work anymore. I can tell you that.
Cheers. Fucking faux pas martini spill. Okie doke. Is there anything else we need to say about this?
I don't know, but I've run out of things to say. I'm thinking I just want to drink it.
Oh, fair enough. No, I'll agree with you on that. Actually, I've finished that one. Christ. Back on the old Tom again. You do realise if this was a real program with a real budget, we would have a montage now of us back in England, sort of going around London and visiting distilleries, perhaps dressed up in Dickensian outfits, you know, just to give us some
Photoshop our face on like some photos of people.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah,
do some 1920s.
Let's try the old Hogarth Gin Lane illustrations. It's like you and me in the background. But, if Spencer hadn't spent all the budget on hookers and coke last night, then that's what you've seen right now. So just imagine that while we drink some more gin.
They were pretty cheap hookers and coke. Trust me, the budget wasn't that big.